We're back now from Las Vegas.
Seattle,
Guatemala City.
From Wilmington.
I live in space in Texas.
From Normandy,
From
France.
Surfside, Florida. Thank you for watching, everyone.
The stakes are higher than they have ever been.
Best performance of the night.
You have a good chance of winning this whole thing.
Saturday, August 27th, Ho-Chunk Gaming Wittenberg presents Journey former lead vocalist Steve Augeri.
Those crazy nights, I do remember.
Live under the stars, Steve Augeri. Doors open at 6, show starts at 8. Don't miss Steve Augeri. Exclusively at Ho-Chunk Gaming Wittenberg. Be 21 or over to attend.
Weather Watch 12. Weather from where you live. News Watch 12's long summer weekend live from the Lincoln County Fair is brought to you by Bremen Ford, Chips Hamburgers, Merrill Chamber of Commerce, The Pizza Shop, Tomahawk Sports Center, Gala Beglin Coldwell Banker, Lincoln County Fair, and Strive for Life.
Good evening and welcome to News Watch 12 at 6. As you can see, we're not in the studios. I'm joined by Jeff Weller, of course, and Cindy Christensen from the Lincoln County Fair. Yes. So we're celebrating things all Lincoln County today, but I want to turn our attention first to the fair itself. Cindy, this is all volunteer done.
Yes,
there are no paid employees here.
Nope.
Tell me about the work that goes into making this fair what it is.
It takes a whole year. As soon as we're done with this one, I got to do all the paperwork to send in. Then we start booking things. We start looking at things. We start looking at what we can do better. And we listen to the community, what they want. We try and bring on everything that they want. It's a great community event. We all love it. We are just so exhausted at the end, but it's a good thing.
And you said you got 4 hours of sleep last night.
Yes.
The weather is holding. The crowds are building. What's it like to finally have it come together and it's working?
It is awesome. We have had a lot of people compliment us and thank us, and that means so much because it is volunteer, but it is awesome to see everybody out and having a good time. It does your heart good.
Yeah. Well, Cindy, thank you so much for your work. Thanks for coming on News Watch 12. As you can see, a lot of people are enjoying this,
yes,
so you've done a good job.
Thank you.
Okay, we're going to turn our attention to downtown Merrill now. A new cuisine is coming to Merrill, and it's Greek. News Watch 12's Mohammed Abdul-Kawi has the story.
We moved up here about a year ago, and we really liked the area. We thought we needed some more good food here.
Greek Stop is a brand new restaurant that opened up recently in Merrill. Colleen Hoffman, the co-owner, is excited to bring Mediterranean food to the area.
Yeah, there was a lot of uncertainty with, how much are we going to need in order to get this set up? How many people are going to be that interested in this? Are we going to be making money on this? So we were very conservative with those funds. And made things a little tight for a couple months.
Opening up a new business can be stressful at first. However, Colleen was surprised at how much attention they were receiving.
It was quite the challenge. The first week, we did not expect the turnout that we got, so we did run out of quite a few things that first week. So trying to restock between distributor drop-offs was quite the challenge.
Wisconsin is known as America's Dairyland, but at Greek Stop, they decided to go a different route, offering various items on the menu such as gyros, Greek fries, and scordalia.
The gyros are definitely our #1 seller. I do see, we do have cheese curds. Those sell quite a lot. Middle of Wisconsin, of course. Our chicken wraps are pretty popular as well.
And even though Greek Stop has only been opened up to the public for a couple of weeks, Colleen is already preparing for the future of the business and is excited for the opportunity in Merrill.
I think we're going to be here a while, and we're actually starting to think about expanding. This is a smaller location, and with the turnout that we've had, we're definitely going to need a bigger space.
Reporting in Merrill, Mohammed Abdul-Kawi, News Watch 12.
Now, the weather is a little iffy. There's a couple of rain showers out here now that is scattered throughout the evening tonight, but more so overnight. in the early parts of tomorrow. Here's the radar right now. Certainly lots of cloud cover across the area. And there are a couple rain showers across western Wisconsin and some trying to form across central Wisconsin. Nothing heavy, nothing severe, but there are lots of football games going on tonight, and that could give us a couple of delays, of course, with that rain across the area. Closer, and you can see where the cloud cover is across the area now. The heavier rain, of course, off to the west. That will stay there for a few more hours. But right across central Wisconsin, there are a couple light rain showers across, portions of Lincoln County and Marathon County as well. All right, PictureCast shows the story, right? So rotating around us tonight and throughout the day tomorrow, this slow-moving rain system that will give us a chance for a shower pretty much at any given time tonight into tomorrow. Temperatures are a bit rain and cloud cooled in the 70s out there today. We're going to work on that, though, as warmer temperatures are on the way. So our forecast then tonight, though, is mostly sunny skies, a couple of rain showers out here with low temperatures down near 57. Your full forecast is coming up. Dan?
Thanks, Jeff. Let's quickly look at a few local events happening this weekend. The National Barefoot Endurance Championships have begun in Crandon. This is barefoot water skiing at its best. It's called Footstock. It's on Pestigo Lake, just north of Crandon. Competition begins at 9:30. It already began today, actually, with senior championship rounds happening at 5 p.m. tomorrow. And there's plenty of silliness as well at Footstock, including a costume competition. The Minocqua Dragon Boat Festival is kicking off this weekend in You Guys Fit, Minocqua. Crews of over a dozen people sit in pairs and paddle to compete. Each boat has a drummer beating time to keep the paddlers in unison. Along with the racing, there will be live music, children's activities, and a beer and food tent. Money raised goes toward the Howard Young Foundation. Do you want to learn about our military's history and even have a chance to go back in time? Well, this weekend, the Central Wisconsin Military Show will be held at the Motorama Auto Museum grounds in Anoa, Wisconsin. There will be a living history reenactors encampment, food trucks, a large militaria marketplace, a live auction, and more. The event is held today and tomorrow from 9 to 8 p.m. Tickets are $10 a piece, and the entire event is cash only. Visit MotoramaAutomuseum.org for more information. Well, the Ice Age Trail stretches across the state of Wisconsin. It's a favorite for hikers, and it includes segments here in Lincoln County. Newswatch 12's Matt Weaver is with us now, and he has more on the work that goes into the most remote parts of the trail in Lincoln County. Matt?
Dan, a lot of work goes into maintaining the trails, including the two shelters only accessible by foot. Installed 10 miles apart from each other, both honor a developer of the trail.
We're blessed up in the Northwoods here to have a bunch of continuous trail with very few road hikes.
For hiking fanatics, a 50-mile segment of the Ice Age Trail runs right through Lincoln County. Chris Schatz of the Northwoods chapter is proud of this Harrison Hills section.
It's a way to get out in the woods and not get lost. There's a guidebook that directs people to different crossings.
Built in the 1970s, the trail is maintained by about 30 volunteers who each care for a piece of it.
There are a lot of parts that need mowing, trees fall down in storms, and to keep it going and make it a good experience for people from out of town coming here or our locals, it takes a lot of work.
For Schatz, this trail has a treasured stop. Chris's father was involved in the local chapter since 1973. After his passing, a group of volunteers wanted to honor his legacy, installing a storm shelter along the trail in Gleason.
Yeah, I'm real proud of my dad. He was a guy who knew his way around the woods and knew all these hills, and that was a skill that I think is valuable.
A pastime that will continue in the family.
I'll be around in Lincoln County on these trails as long as I'm around.
In Gleason, Matt Weaver, Newswatch 12.
We have some more Lincoln County stories for you in just a little bit, including a unique experience in Tomahawk with a different kind of art. That's after weather with Jeff right here on Newswatch 12.
Newswatch 12 is brought to you by Bone and Joint Walk-In Care.
At Lakeside Living Design, we've always got something stylish in store for you. Whether you're looking for high-quality custom upholstery, decorative accessories and gifts, or are designing your space entirely from scratch, you'll have a friendly designer by your side, sharing their expertise, helping you bring your unique style to life. So stop by, explore our showroom, and together we'll make your space feel just like home.
Freeman Merrill Ford is your locally owned Ford dealer for over 30 years, supplying top-rated customer satisfaction. They will make your next vehicle purchase or service easier than you think.
For that great charbroil pure beef burger and golden crispy fries, satisfy your hunger and cravings at Chip's Hamburgers, the taste you've grown to love for over 50 years.
More than 6,000 acres of public parkland. Just park it in Merrill. A Discover Wisconsin Choice Destination 5 times and best community along the Wisconsin River.
Did you know Master Force has thousands of tools at Menards? Any tool you want, we have. There are hammers, drills, pliers, levels, wrenches, grinders, sanders, compressors, nailers, workbenches, mowers, blowers, chainsaws, floor jacks, knee pads, work lights, fans. And that's just a taste. Come check out the wide range of products from Masterforce, exclusively at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
It's Northwoods Furniture's sizzling summer sale going on now. As the summer heats up, so do our sales. Find red-hot store-wide savings at both locations. We have it all. Beautiful furniture and mattresses to fit everyone's comfort and style. Save on select Sealy mattresses, Lazy Boy, and Flex Steel furniture, and more. Enjoy the summer sun, relaxing on quality Amish-built outdoor furniture, all on sale now. Hurry in for best selections. Northwoods Furniture and Mattress in Eagle River, celebrating 15 years in business.
I love this state. Knock on any door in any county, and you'll find good-hearted, hard-working folks. People whose businesses are proudly helped as Lieutenant Governor. Hard work needs to be respected again, with fair wages and opportunities to get ahead. That's how my parents opened doors for me. My mom was a teacher, and my dad worked third shift. I'm not one of these millionaires. I work just as hard for you as you work for your family. I'm Mandela Barnes, and I approve this message.
There you are. Welcome back to Merrill. The crowds are building. The demolition derby's at 6. Look at the crowd behind me, though. It's building very quickly now. And there are a couple light rain showers across our region. And it's Friday night football. Lots of games going on tonight. There are a couple of rain showers out there. No lightning and thunder yet. That'll likely happen later on this evening. All right, so around the area, you can see across the west of us, a big system there is going to sit and spin over us for another day or two. That'll give us a constant chance for a few showers tonight. The bulk of the rain, though, should arrive probably around daybreak tomorrow morning in the early parts of tomorrow morning afternoon. But then look outside now. There are a couple of showers trying to go across parts of central Wisconsin. They're having a tough time, but just know in this environment, we could see a quick shower at any given time tonight into tomorrow. But the games are going on as planned. All right, picture kind of shows the story, right? So that rotating system to the west of us, kind of slowly working across Wisconsin tomorrow into Sunday. But then once it's out of here by Sunday afternoon, we are off to the races with lots of sunshine and a great day from Monday to Tuesday. The rainfall looks like this. So a widespread, probably quarter-inch of rain tonight into tomorrow. If you get under one of the heavier rain showers, though, you can easily see a half-inch of rainfall tonight in the early parts of tomorrow morning. All right, temperatures are cloud-cooled today. There are a few rain showers holding things back a bit. There was some heavy rain across Portage County earlier today. That, of course, fell apart. So now temperatures are hanging out low 70s. The average high is upper 70s. We're below average today. We are going to work on that, though. In fact, take a look at the trend. Tomorrow, 74, and then right back up your average on Sunday, with high 77. And those are low 80s back in the forecast for Monday into Tuesday of next week. So our forecast for tomorrow to the north, we're going to have partly cloudy skies to mostly cloudy skies. A couple of widely scattered rain showers again. I know, broken record, right? With high temperatures back in the low to the mid-70s. For the south, same story. A couple of rain showers out there. Not an all-day rain, but we're likely going to get some wetness around here tomorrow again. So your forecast then for tonight, though, is showers and widely scattered thunderstorms, non-severe. Locally heavy rainfall is possible, not likely, with low temperatures down near 57 and some dense fog after midnight. For tomorrow, scattered showers and storms again, primarily before noon, though. We should start drying out later in the day. It'll probably take all day to do it, though, with high temperatures near 74. And then looking ahead, your 7-day forecast by Northwoods Furniture and Mattress shows, temperatures tomorrow in the 70s, but 80s are back in the forecast Monday and Tuesday of next week. Dan?
Thanks, Jeff. As I've said, during Long Summer Weekend, we like to celebrate the county that we're in. Here at the Lincoln County Fair, you'll find carnival games, rides, and food. This includes the Merrill Optimist Club's booth, selling their beloved cheese curds. They've been doing this for a long time. The club has been selling their famous cheese curds at the fair for over 20 years. The money they make goes right back into the community.
The theme of optimism is Friends of Youth, and we do all kind of youth programs in the Merrill community. And one of them, for instance, is the playground at Normal Park, the largest project we've ever done. And this is where we make the money to do that, is by selling cheese curds at the fair.
The Merrill Optimist Club will be making cheese curds at the Lincoln County Fair for the entire weekend from dawn till dusk. They will be making close to 500 pounds of fried cheese curds every day. Well, Tomahawk is home to a new shop offering people the chance to make some unique art pieces. It's located in downtown Tomahawk. Michelle Arnott has been teaching people how to cut glass, stained glass, for over 4 years at her Diamond Rock Glass studio. This has been a passion of hers for over 25 years, and she is excited to teach classes at her very own shop.
The number one myth is that you have to be creative. You don't. You can, as long as you can pick out a pattern and some colors that you like, from there all you do is build.
Arnott says people of all ages come through her doors from 5 to 85. People looking to learn from home can also go to her website and purchase take-home sets and follow along her YouTube tutorials. This is one of the only stained glass studios in northern Wisconsin, and Arnott says the community has really embraced her creativity. Well, it's almost time for this week's Big Old Fish. We got to take a commercial break first. I know, it's hard. We'll have that after the break, plus a look at groundbreaking new research in mitigating PFAS. We'll be right back.
Located in the heart of Merrill, the pizza shop has been family-owned for 3 generations. Come on in for delicious handmade pizza, cheesy breadsticks, and our new delectable chicken wings.
Whether you're looking for fast excitement or casual pleasure, Tomahawk Sports Center can fit your needs. Snow, dirt, or water, Northern Wisconsin's one-stop shop.
Coldwell Banker Action Real Estate agent Gail Abeglin values the competition, growth, caring, and responsibility that 4-H enhances in our children. Good luck, 4-H'ers.
In his Wisconsin, teens can buy AR-15s, but laws that stop domestic abusers from getting guns won't happen here. Our taxes could go up $500 million, and we help fund Milwaukee private schools while our public schools go broke. And fake election investigations?
Was the election rigged? Was the election stolen?
They go on forever. That's Tim Michael's radical divisive agenda, but we don't have to take it, because it's not his Wisconsin, it's yours.
High Point Sand and Gravel provides high-quality riprap, sand, and screened topsoil for almost any need. The high-quality rock and stone, boulders, and clear stone enhance the function and beauty of your home or business. Offering convenient delivery or pickup throughout northern Wisconsin and the UP, High Point Sand and Gravel provides premium landscaping materials, specializing in producing beautiful decorative stone for all types of landscaping projects. Contact High Point Sand and Gravel to help make your next project a dream come true.
The kitchen remodel project was a major project. After checking around, we went to Featherstone, and we were so glad we did. There was electrical work, plumbing, enlarging a doorway, and of course all the cabinets, countertops, and fixtures. The minute I walked in the door at Featherstone, I knew I was in the right place. Featherstone coordinated every aspect of the project, the whole thing. They made it easy. And I can't say enough about how much we appreciated the personal attention Featherstone gave us.
I'm Tim Michaels. I'm not a politician. I'm a businessman who helped build a great Wisconsin company and created thousands of jobs. Tony Evers, Joe Biden, they're 2 peas in a pod. Both career politicians and way over their head, failing the country and the state of Wisconsin. That's why I'm running. We need to have strong, proven executive leadership in Madison that can get things done and make this state as great as it can be.
At Eagle Floor Covering in Eagle River, we have a knowledgeable staff, competitive pricing, and free estimates. Browse our selection of carpet, vinyl, wood, and tile for your next home project.
This portion of News Watch 12 is brought to you by Slumberland. Live from Lincoln County, it's News Watch 12's long summer weekend.
Welcome back. We got some good news. A team of scientists has found a cheap and effective way to destroy PFAS, so-called forever chemicals. The chemicals are found in a variety of products and contaminate water and soil around the world. They've been found in wells locally, such as Rhinelander and Wassa. In a study published Thursday in the journal Science, a team of researchers rendered PFAS molecules harmless by mixing them with two inexpensive compounds at a low boil. In a matter of hours, the PFAS molecules fell apart. A co-author of the study said a lot of effort lays ahead to make it work outside of a lab. Well, we will be right back here on Newswatch 12 with one final look at your weather. But first, here's this week's Big Old Fish.
Newswatch 12's Big Old Fish is brought to you by Kurt's Island Sports Shop in Minocqua.
You're going to need a bigger boat.
Hello again, everyone. You know, I was just sitting here thinking about how much I like my job and I love doing Big Old Fish, but I couldn't help thinking that maybe there's more to life, and I think I finally figured out my future endeavors. I want to be a bastrophysicist and do nothing but study. You know what? That was just too silly even for myself. Let's get going with this week's Big Old Fish. We start off this week with Tatiana, who caught this gorgeous 24-inch walleye on a local Price County lake. Well, that right there is one beautiful fish, and it is a big old fish. Way to go, Tatiana. Keep on reeling them in. Next up, we have James Brunner, who caught this tank of a largemouth while using a wacky worm while fishing on Lake Minocqua on his 12th birthday. So first off, happy belated birthday, and second, that is one big old fish. Way to go, James. Keep on reeling them in. And last but not least this week, we have Steele Lechner, who was just fishing for bluegill off the dock when this 22-inch, 6-pound monster smacked his line, and then the fight was on. 22 inches, largemouth, 6 pounds. I think you know what I'm going to say. That is one big old fish, Steele. Way to go. Keep on reeling them in. All right, fishermen and women, make sure to keep those trophy pictures coming. All the information you need to be in a future episode of Big Old Fish and win a Northern Taxidermy fish mount is on our website, WJFW.com. And remember, anglers, fish on.
It's Slumberland's anniversary sale, and to celebrate, we're stacking the deals. Buy any sofa or sectional and get 20% off your second purchase. Get another 20% off both items. Plus, we are still offering great special financing at Slumberland Furniture.
Strive for Life offers DOT and non-DOT drug and alcohol testing, instant drug testing, health and wellness screenings, audiogram, EKGs, respiratory FIT testing, DNA, blood draws for labs your doctor may order for a fraction of the cost.
Hypnotize your way to savings.
Breathing techniques to help you save.
Looking to make saving a habit?
Yeah, what's the secret?
No secret. Just open a savings account at BMO and we'll give you a cash reward for every month you save.
A cash reward?
Just for saving?
Mm-hmm. And when you open a checking account, we'll give you a $300 bonus to get your new savings habit started.
Love that.
What's your book?
How to get a $300 bonus and a monthly cash reward for saving with BMO.
He literally wrote the book on saving.
That's me on the cover.
When a bank helps you make real financial progress, that's the BMO effect.
Located in the heart of Merrill, the pizza shop has been family-owned for 3 generations. Come on in for delicious handmade pizza, cheesy breadsticks, and our new delectable chicken wings.
Whether you're looking for fast excitement or casual pleasure, Tomahawk Sports Center can fit your needs. Snow, dirt, or water, Northern Wisconsin's one-stop shop.
Coldwell Banker Action Real Estate agent Gail Abeglin values the competition, growth, caring, and responsibility that 4-H enhances in our children. Good luck, 4-H'ers.
I'm Mandela Barnes. People like Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, Rashida Tlaib, Ilhan Omar, they're bringing big, bold ideas to Capitol Hill.
Radical ideas funded by the taxpayers.
Free public higher education. We need an immigration system that says that no human being is illegal. We can start by making sure that immigrants have access to driver's licenses and in-state college tuition.
And guess who's going to pay for all that? Wisconsin Truth Pack is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Roof warranties are all about trust. Your trust in GAF, a time-tested company, and our trust in our master elite contractors. They're trained, licensed, insured, and only they can offer our best warranties.
Call Oneida Roofing today.
It's Slumberland's anniversary mattress sale, and we've got great deals and specials on mattresses. Like a free bedding bundle with select mattress purchases of $5.99 or more. That's 2 free pillows, a sheet set, comforter, and 2 pillowcases. Free. Only at Slumberland Furniture.
Huge equipment auction, Eagle River, Wisconsin. John Deere loader, skid steer, Coyote tractors, snowmobiles, trailers, deck boat, zero-turn mower, and more. Contact Brass and St. Louis Auctions for more details.
Live from Lincoln County, it's Newswatch 12's long summer weekend.
Well, believe it or not, Jeff, a world record could be set tomorrow in Eagle River. Tomorrow. It could be set. It's at Shotsky's Bar. They're trying to do the world's largest Shotsky. And if you're unfamiliar, which it's fine if you're unfamiliar, frankly, a Shotsky is just as it sounds. Multiple people taking shots with shot glasses glued to a ski. Pretty simple, right? Well, you can see the pictures on the screen. They're gluing a lot of skis together. It's going to be happening tomorrow at 4. If you're involved, you got to claim the spot before 3:30. There's a lot of pre-registration beforehand on the website, so there may or may not be openings the day of. By the way, thank you to Dan Dumas for the photos. And Jeff, we got to talk about the weather a little bit because we have Friday Night Blitz tonight. I just want to show a little bit of video of that. This is the first one of the season. High school football is back. It's very exciting. Are we going to see all the games come through tonight?
Tons of football games going on right now and tonight. Lightning and thunder, not so much. Light rain showers, yes. So all the games should be played tonight with no issues. There might be a short delay, but other than that, looking pretty good. I know the skies look really ominous out here, right? There are a couple of showers across the area. The heavier rain comes in tonight. So for here at the fair, Demolition Derby starts in about 12 minutes.
Well, I got to get over to the Demolition Derby, except for they have to film football tonight. But thank you for joining us from the Lincoln County Fair.
Mr. Food Test Kitchen is brought to you by Golden Carrot Jewelers and Creative Kitchen and Bath Studio.
Here in the Test Kitchen, we love when you email us looking for answers to everyday cooking questions. One question that we recently received was, what's the difference between brown sugar and white sugar?